I'm Karina Charles and welcome along to this week's episode of Country Focus. I'm here at Advanced Pit Stop headquarters where I'm going to be getting my car serviced. And remember folks, Advanced Pit Stop have 31 branches nationwide, so they're never too far away.
Advanced Pit Stop are Ireland's #1 independent car service and tyre specialist. I'll be taking a look at the importance that good car care plays in keeping you safe on the road. I've brought my car along for a service, so here's hoping. Kim is heading to County Monaghan to visit husband and wife team Julie and Alan McAdam, who run MCA Consulting, specialising in aerial mass photography and footfall counting services.
We've lots to see, so let's get on with the show. John, is it?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Hello, John, I'm Karina.
Hi, Karina, nice to meet you.
Come here, John, I've been told that you're the man to talk to. I think I need my tyres checked.
Oh, absolutely, you're in the right place. What are you driving, Karina?
A Volkswagen Golf.
Oh, no bother at all, yeah, let's go and have a look.
Brilliant.
Now, Karina, is this your car here, is it?
This is my car here,
Okay.
so what are you going to do?
Well, basically what we're going to do, Karina, is obviously we're going to check all your tyres. We have a little sheet here that we fill out. We've got our digital tread depth gauge, which measures accurately all our tyres. Obviously, the legal limit at the moment is 1.6. We will be recommending all tyres should be changed at least 2 millimetres from a safety point of view, okay? Because it affects your stopping power, all the rest of it, your handling and the wet and the dry. So basically, I will check all your tyres, we'll record the measurements, and then we can see what you need. Okay, Karina, here we are at the tyre. So basically what we're looking at here is this is the tread depth on the tyre.
Okay.
Okay, and then what I do is, these are the see the little bars here on the tyre?
Yes.
That's actually the indicator to say where the legal limit is. So if your tyre is worn down to this little bar here, it means you're on the legal limit. So I can say straight away at first glance that your tyre is pretty good, okay? So what I do is I get my digital gauge here and I will put it into the tread up like that, and I can see from there that you have 5.5 millimetres left on the inside track. We'll also do it on the outside because you could have a wheel alignment problem, okay?
Okay.
So let's take it on the outside, and you can see that you have over 6 millimetres on the outside. So this tyre is safe, but what it tells me is that because you have more tread on the outside than the inside, you have a slight wheel alignment problem, which means that your car isn't running exactly straight. If your alignment is out, you'll have more wear on the inside of the tyre or maybe on the outside of the tyre. Or you'll also find when you're driving that your car will pull to the left or to the right. Okay?
Yes.
So at this stage, this tyre is very good. We'll now continue on, we'll check all the other 4 and see, because obviously we want you to be safe on the road.
So John, what's the diagnosis?
Well, Karina, we've checked all your tyres for you, and as we can see here, as we said in the front, your tyres are good in the front, good condition. You've got 6.5 millimetres, remembering that 1.6 is the legal limit. So on the front outside, you've got 6.5, dropping slightly to 5.5 on the inside. So as I said, you have an alignment issue in the front.
Okay.
But luckily enough, we've caught it on time and we can sort that for you today, okay? The bad news, Karina, is when we go to the back, you have your 2 rear tyres need to be replaced. As you can see here, you've got from 2 millimetres down to 1. Obviously 1.6 is legal. As a company, from point of view of safety, we would recommend that tyres are changed at 2 millimetres. So you need to get your 2 tyres replaced. As you can see there, we have a marked 1. What I would be recommending is that we replace your 2 rear tyres, put those on the front of the car for you. Move your front tyres to the back. Because on this car you've got front wheel drive and the steering, so you've got greater wear on the front of the car. So to get value out of your tyres, we'll put the new ones on the front for you. They'll be freshly balanced and all. We do the wheel alignment for you, and we'll move the front tyres to the rear. Continental is a German engineered tyre. We highly recommend it, and it comes standard on the Volkswagen Golf and standard, and on BMW as well. It's the safest tyre on the road at the moment. Best stopping in the rain. Best handling in wet and dry conditions, so that's the one I'd highly recommend.
Well then that's the one I'll get.
Absolutely. And as well as
safety
that,
first, huh?
just something as well that we do Advanced Pit Stop as a company from point of view of safety, we offer a 5-point safety check to all our customers free of charge.
Really?
Absolutely. So what we do in the 5-point safety check is there's no charge to yourself. We do it for all customers. We will check the lights, check the light levels, which includes the oil in the engine. We'll top up your window washer bottle if it needs be. We'll check your wipers, and we'll check your brakes and the wheels are off.
Brilliant, that's great.
So when you drive away today, you'll have a full safety check on your car, plus your 2 new tyres and your wheel alignment.
Brilliant. And you do that for all customers?
We do that for all customers, a free 5-point safety check, and we're very, very strong on it because obviously there's a lot of people driving around don't realise what condition their car is, and we'll invite any customer to drive in at any stage and we'll do it down then for them. Now, Karina, one of the points of the 5-point safety check is checking the levels, and obviously the engine level is very important.
Yes.
So what you can see here, looking at this, actually your oil level is low.
It is.
So it's a lucky day you came into us because This is the maximum level here, this line.
And it's quite
you're
low.
quite low. So when was your car serviced last?
Oh God, it was so good. A good
I'd say it's been a while, Queen, yeah. So I think we can look at that in a second, but obviously we will top up the oil for you, or maybe even recommend change it.
And I could have been driving away in that for another few months.
You wouldn't have been driving much longer because your car would stop. So that's a good find. So that's the importance of the 5-point safety check, because people don't realise that all these things need to be checked all the time. So
what else is going to be checked then? What else needs to be?
So obviously we've got your coolant level here, which is very important, especially in this weather. Thank you very much. So you can see our coolant level is perfect.
Oh, good.
It's pink in colour there.
Okay.
This is your window washer bottle, so that needs some topping up. We can do that for you. Here as well, we've got your brake fluid level.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can see from there that your brake level is up to the max. So shouldn't have an issue from brakes, but we'll check those for you anyway. Okay. And obviously then we'll check all your lights for you, and we'll check your wiper blades. And I think what people don't realise, Queen, is that people know that wiper blades get damaged in the frost.
Yes.
They actually get more damage in the hot weather because they stick to the glass. So your car is really hot. When you turn on the wiper blades after a hot spell, they're actually stuck to the glass.
Do you know the car, when I put the wipers on, it doesn't actually clear off the rain?
No, and the reason for that, Karina, is you can see here is that you've got wear on the wiper blades.
Okay.
So I would highly recommend that you get these replaced.
As well.
Okay, and we actually carry wiper blades in stock for all these models.
Oh gosh, you do everything here.
We do everything here, yeah. But it's all around customer safety.
Brilliant.
So that's our main objective.
Hello, I'm Kim McCafferty, and today I've come here to rural Carrickmacross, County Monaghan, to visit a unique business idea. Let's have a look. So now I'm here with Alan McAdam, and he's going to tell me a little bit more about their business, MCA Consultancy, and in particular their footfall monitoring. Alan, you're quite a rare business in Ireland, I think.
We are indeed. We're actually the only business that provides battery-powered visitor monitoring services across the country.
Okay, so to the layman, explain, why do you count? Why footfall monitoring?
Okay, well, counting, footfall counting, particularly our type of counters, are used to monitor public parks, pedestrian access walkways, fishing stands, playgrounds, canals, waterways, and various other facilities that would involve usage by the public. Why would you count? You would basically count to quantify benefit of an investment, maybe to support a funding application, or indeed to distinguish between sites which are performing well and which there's a particular difficulty with. I suppose in the current economic climate in Ireland, where finances are tight right across the spectrum, it's a particular benefit to quantify benefit of investment and value for money.
And what do you count?
We count people, pedestrians, vehicles, boats, bicycles. Those are the four main categories that we would count. However, we're open to suggestions, and clients may come looking for some other type of object or person or animal to be counted, and we'd be happy to try and accommodate them. But in terms of data protection, our counting devices, there are no issues with them at all, and that there's no personal data recorded. They basically operate on the basis that to detect heat, to detect movement, or to detect maybe the movement of a metallic object passing. So there are no data protection issues at all.
Very good. And how is the data collected?
The data is collected in a memory cube. I suppose there are two main types of counters. There are counters that are manual access, which collect the data and store the data in the counter. The second type of device, the data is stored in the counter and is transmitted by GSM mobile phone chip at 1 o'clock every morning. So the data is secure and safe, and the data storage device is waterproof.
Okay. Do you have to get up at 1 o'clock every morning to read it?
No, we do not, thankfully. The remote access counters transmit themselves automatically. They're programmed. They operate for a period of 2 years without maintenance, provided they're not vandalised or interfered with. And at 1 o'clock every morning, they switch themselves on automatically. They transmit the data to a website, and then that later can be accessed the following morning from any PC with internet access.
And how accurate can the data be that you get? I mean, so supposing I own my park and I want to know where to put my money, invest in, can you give me very clear and accurate figures?
Indeed. I suppose the accuracy of the data depends on the accuracy of the installation. It's very important to install a counter in a place where you're not going to get false readings. For example, if you're installing a pedestrian counter, you want to install it high enough that it's not going to detect maybe rabbits or foxes or some wildlife passing. As well as that, it's important to put it in the location where you won't have a gate swinging or have foliage blowing in the wind that's going to give you a false count. We can calibrate devices. So say, for example, you have a very busy site where you have maybe 2 or 3 people will be walking parallel to each other, and say our heat detector will count them as one. So what you do is you would send someone to the site and you do a calibration for a couple of hours, do a manual count, and then you would compare that with the actual device count and you would apply a correction factor. So we're talking about 95% plus accuracy of our counters. Vehicle counters should be 99 to 100% accuracy.
Very good. That's great. Thanks very much, Alan.
Thank you.
We're just checking your brakes here now, Karina, and the good news is your brakes are in great condition. You can see your discs are absolutely perfect, and looking at your brake pads here, maybe about 10% wear, so absolutely nothing to worry about here on your brakes, and nothing to worry for the test either. These will pass the test, no problem at all.
Great,
Okay,
that's good.
So we'll continue on with the rest of the check, and we will do the tyres and the alignment, and if you have a seat in reception while we're waiting,
I
we'll
will
talk to
do
you
that.
minutes.
I'm going to
Okay.
go in and talk to Cliona,
Okay, that's great.
retail manager. Brilliant. Okay. Joining me now is Cliona O'Byrne. You are retail manager here at Advanced Pit Stop. Now, Cliona, as a lady driver, oftentimes you can be a little bit, I suppose, wary of going to a garage because you're possibly, you know, afraid to be ripped off and that they see you coming. But you're really trying to show at Advanced Pit Stop that that's not the case.
Most definitely. We've done a lot of research with our female customers, so we know that 43% of our customers in 2012, the visitors, were female. So we're really trying to open up that market and encourage customers to come in, especially female customers. So from our research we found that a lot of female customers don't feel comfortable coming in. They might feel intimidated because, as you know, most people for tyres are just round and black. They don't know much, so they feel on edge coming in and feel they're going to be ripped off and, you know, laughed at basically. So we're encouraging customers to come in. Our guys are very well trained up and they know how to deal with customers, female customers. They will, everything's transparent, so nothing will be paid for without you've been told the price for everything, so no work will be carried out.
Until you know the price.
Until you know the price, and nothing will be carried out, so it's not like you'll come back and a huge bill has been done. And also that we have our customers and will be shown and tell. So our guys in the branch will go out, and if you need a tyre done, if you have a puncture or a brakes done, you'll be shown all these beforehand, so any work will be done. So you're comfortable and the decision and choice are in your hand always. So
that's really important, you know, because oftentimes you feel like you need the support maybe of a friend or a male member of family or something to come along with you. I mean, you offer a range of services. It's not just tyres.
No, we offer all services. So we service any make or model of cars. We also do brakes, exhausts, and we do all tyres as well. So we offer free pre-NCT check and also free 5-point safety check. So even if we're just trying to encourage our customers to come in, try out our service and see for yourself how adaptable we are to customers' needs and flexibility. We're open 6 days a week, and we also have our internet, which is the website service we've set up, so you can book online from your own desk or at home, and we have a mobile device which is mobile friendly. So we're really encouraging customers to try us out, come in, and then come back if you're really happy with our service and tell your friends, more importantly.
Great. Well, I'm just waiting for my car to be checked actually at the minute. John's out looking at it, so I suppose I should go back out to him and see how he's getting on.
And make sure to fill in your guarantee form.
I will. Okay.
So it looks like Karina might be needing a lift home from work this evening. In the meantime, I'm here with Julie, and she's going to explain to me how their manual counters work and how they gather all their information. Julie.
Hi, Kim.
To me, they look like lovely Lego pieces, but I think they have a more important role than that.
They're the memory cubes, Kim, from the manual access counters. So we go out, depending on the client's needs, usually every 3 months we go out and we remove switch cubes. They come in a range of colours for that reason. If you're switching one, you usually switch to a different colour just for no confusion and put it in your little bag and bring it home and download it. So you have this is the memory cube, you have a memory cube reader. So it only fits one way into the memory cube, so you can't really make any mistake. That's the transfer finished.
Okay.
Then when you have your information, you can calibrate it before you export it then to where you will read your information.
And what does that mean?
So if you calibrate it, depends, you may have a site where there is only one entrance and one exit, so you'll have people counted twice, so you'll have the number that you get. So that's generally where you do it there before you export it.
So to give you clear statistics, you can do these things.
Then you export it to EcoPC, which is this program here. So you can open it in here and have a look. Your information then is shown. You can read it by chart or graph, and it'll show you your date of installation right up to the time you've collected your information, and then you can run a range of queries depending on the information that you want to extract.
Okay, like how many people each day, the busiest day?
You do hour of the day, day of the week, month. Even if you're comparing year to year or quarter to quarter, if you've the counter in for a couple of years, you can say, well, quarter 1 of 2012 was busier than quarter 2 of,
Great. So then what do you send back to the client? Is it a report, a graph? What form does it take?
We would analyse the information for them and send them a report. We've got an example here of a report on that information. This is one we did for Lochmuckno Leisure Park in Castleblaney. So what the client would get back would be a report like this, just telling them the period that the information was collected, the order that the counter was in, that we serviced it, check batteries every time you go out. You give them the location of the counter.
Okay.
And then you give them whatever statistics generally they look for. A lot of clients will think, you only get back like a figure for the period, but you can break it down to the week, the month, the year, even the hour of the day.
Wow.
To get your numbers. So.
And this one in particular, which kind of counter is it? Is it the under the grind? Is it the...
No, this is not. This is a heat detector.
Heat detector,
yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So you could give information to a client if they asked, just in an instant?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic.
This is the EcoVisio site here where it has our counters, our GSM counters. So we can go in, we can see the list of counters we have. To create a report on this one, it's very simple. You just go into analysis and reports and it creates it automatically for you.
Great.
You just pick your counter. For example, here we can pick Union Wood in Sligo, and then you just go in and create your report. So it's not very labour intensive, you can have it done very quickly.
Good, yeah. 120 people per day?
Yes. And it'll give you your key statistics there, and then it'll go through them in graph and chart format.
Fantastic.
So you can run a range of queries on that as well.
Great. Good way for you to remember what days were sunny weather as well when you're doing them for the parks and the waterfalls.
You do actually, yeah, because even down in Lochmuckno they'd run fishing festivals. You can see the peaks, and so you do get an idea of what hours and what days there are events.
The trends.
Yeah.
And do you think, is there any national statistic body who would ever look at sort of habits of Irish people, nationally, that it might go to things like that?
Possibly. Currently there's nothing like that that I'm aware of, but yeah, it should be an idea to...
Some kind of social census?
Yes.
How often we like to have fun and when we have it?
Yes.
Well, that's great, Julie. Thanks very much.
No problem, Kim.
Well, joining me now is Eddie Ryan, Marketing Director here at Advanced Pit Stop. Eddie, tell us a little bit about the history of the company.
Advanced Pit Stop are in business for over 50 years. We were originally formed by Irish Dunlop, who were the tyre manufacturer in Ireland, and that was in the late 60s. And in 1988, Dunlop sold to Continental, who are now the largest manufacturer of automotive parts in the world. So they own Advanced Pit Stop. And we're 25 years in business this year. So our main operation is fast fit car maintenance. So we look after everything from tyres to service to exhaust, brakes, the whole lot, for any make or model. We have 31 branches nationwide, And we're very proud that we have over 200 staff, and we look after our own training. So the training is carried out under the auspices of the ATA, which is the Automotive Technician Accreditation. So what that does, it makes sure that there's a standard and quality to all the work that we carry out. And that obviously helps us to look after our customers as best as possible. We have our own training centre in Kilkenny, and we have the only master technician in the 26 counties. So
what does that mean now? Master technician?
A master technician is probably a genius with cars, is probably the best way of describing him.
Okay.
He is the highest qualified ATA representative in the country.
Right.
And he is allowed train others and pass them for qualifications. So we have our own inbuilt training module, so that we're able to churn out and retrain staff on a constant basis to make sure that we keep the quality of what we do, at the highest level at all times. Therefore, we're able to say to our customers that, we have a punchline of we try to make driving safer, and by having that type of skills, we've qualified mechanics and technicians in every branch, so therefore no matter what piece of work comes in, we're able to know that we're able to handle it professionally.
Brilliant. And you said something there as well, which was you take all models of cars.
Yeah, we're I suppose agnostic to car brand. We can take any car in. We have, as I said, we've the qualified staff, but we also have all the equipment and the diagnostic equipment that's required, so that if a car comes in, we don't mind whether it's a 2-litre Toyota or a 2-litre BMW or a 2-litre Ford. We charge the same price. We have fixed price servicing.
What's that now?
It means that the price of the car service is based on the CC, the cubic capacity, the engine size of the car. So if it's a 2-litre car, it's a 2-litre car. So we don't mind what symbol is on the front of it. It's the same price. And I know that people can book through the website, and there's actually a quote facility on the website, so you can put your car registration in, and we'll tell you how much it is to service your car. Exactly. Your
so
car.
you can actually know before you even come.
Well, that's
here.
the idea. So we are trying to be customer centric. We try to make it easy for customers to make a booking with us, and that's why we have the online facility as well.
Yeah.
We're open 6 days a week, which is unlike most other main dealers, particularly, who don't service on a Saturday. And people are time poor today. So we need to be able to meet their needs as much as possible. And 6 days a week and being able to service every car is certainly, unique selling feature that no one else has.
Eddie, another service that you offer here, which I find fascinating, is a pre-NCT test free of charge.
At the moment, the NCT fail rate is just over 53%. We have a link with the Road Safety Authority where we do a 5-point safety check that they support, which is great. And I suppose what we're trying to do is to get people to be aware that you can come into us and get a free check done. You don't need to book it. You can arrive with your car, and obviously there may be a car ahead of you, but it's quite easy to get a booking with us, and there's no charge to it. So we're able to tell you what we think the NCT will bring up as an issue with you, if anything, and hopefully there isn't anything, because as long as your car is safe to drive, that's what everyone wants.
You pride yourselves in not using second-hand parts.
Yes, I suppose one of the key attributes we have is that we only use manufactured approved parts, which are new parts that have been approved for vehicles. And that applies just as much to car tyres. We only supply brand new tyres. We don't supply any second-hand or part-worn tyres. Main reason being is that there is no audit trail on the tyre as to where it has come from previously. And with regard to tying into the safety of the tyre for that vehicle, most of the tests that we have shown just have proven the opposite, that the tyres that are being put on as second hand are not good for the car and definitely not good for the people from a safety perspective.
Now, Crea, good news, you're ready to go. We've
Brilliant.
a car all ready for you. So we've replaced your tyres, we've done the wheel alignment, okay, so that's all sorted. And we checked the service history of your car. Your car actually wasn't due a full service. We'll book you in maybe 10-12 weeks time for your service, just before your NCT, and we get the car all set for you. There's your keys. I've also added a little key ring there for you, so if you have any issues, you can ring us. There's the number of the branch here. Any issues at all, ring me anytime. And
John's your name.
something else. Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
John,
thank
thanks
you very
so much.
much.
You've
And
been great.
we'll see you again in a few weeks, all right? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alan, tell us a little bit about where we are.
Okay, we're at Lochmuckno, Castleblaney, and this is a public park facility which is owned and run by the local council. basically the site is open both to vehicles and to pedestrian access. We have two different counters here beside us. We have got a pedestrian counter. It's hidden in an existing old bollard. Yes, indeed. We try to use an existing structure if we can at all, rather than our own new shiny bollards.
So I enter. How does it count me? Is it
every time it's a heat detector. So this particular device counts vehicles and pedestrians. There is no separate pedestrian access, so we have to count both in this case. However, we have a second site just a few yards away where we have a vehicle counter buried in the road, so it detects vehicles only. So we can deduce from the two counter data how many pedestrians and how many vehicles are on the site.
And do you have any idea at the moment how many visitors? Have you looked at this?
Yes, we did indeed. We were talking about between 4,500 and 7,000 a month. Obviously, in the summer months when you've good warm weather, we had one weekend. There was a fishing competition, and there were over 2,000 over cars and people over a couple of days. And then they also had Mucknomania Festival in Casablanca, and we had again very high figures over that weekend.
Great. Show me the hidden one.
Okay, so actually,
Alan, you have one of your counters hidden here in the woods.
We have indeed. We have indeed. We have a vehicle counter on this roadway. So just to the side of this post, we have what's called a magnetometer. It's a metal detector, and just over a short distance, a few meters away, we have the control box hidden underground. I'm not going to show you exactly where it is in case someone's watching, but basically it detects every vehicle that passes up and down the roadway. Basically, a magnetometer is ideal. There's a second type of counter you can install, which involves cutting the roadway and putting a loop in the roadway, but for a temporary counter you're not going to go to that sort of work, you know.
Very good. So we have to hope that the badgers and the foxes aren't wearing any jewellery.
Exactly.
So Alan, here we have a variety of the houses for the devices. Can you talk me through them? Tell me what we have here.
Okay, well, when we go onto site and we do an initial survey, we try and find an existing structure, whether it's a wall or an old bollard like the one we had at the gate. However, in some places we can't find something existing that's in place that we can use, so we use our own housing. And basically we try and have it as much in keeping with the local environment. So say for example we have a wooden post which would be ideally suited for maybe a country park or walkway where there's green foliage. The metal bollard, for example, wouldn't look very well there. We also then have, this is new to the market, we've designed it ourselves. It's basically a recycled plastic waymarker post, and we have our sensor installed in the front of it, and then we have our counter installed in the rear of it, so it's all completely self-contained. Then the third bollard that we use is your traditional electrical bollard, electrical control panel bollard, and particularly in an urban environment, a town or a city or a street or maybe a public car park, these particular devices are regularly used.
And this one is made completely from recycled plastic?
It is indeed. That's the round bale plastic that comes from the farming community, and it's cleaned down and washed and manufacture this particular product out of it, you know. So we also then have a number of boxes which we use. This here would be your typical, it's an alloy box, completely weatherproof, and it's used for playgrounds where there's a railing or a wall that you can actually bolt the device onto. As well as that, for temporary counts, it's very easy to install. You take it along pre-programmed, stick it on the wall, drill it in, and we spray it green or black or brown or whatever colour the client needs. And then the final device we have is, this is one of our remote control GSM units. They're hard plastic, very robust. You can actually hit them with a hammer or a sledge and they won't crack. And they have a 2-year battery life, and these are the devices that transmit at 1 o'clock every morning and provide you with data remotely.
Okay, so would those be hidden?
No, these devices would be, if you walk down Grafton Street in Dublin and you look approximately 1/3 from the Stephen's Green side, you'll see a post, you'll see one of these attached to it.
Footfall counter there.
It's there 18 months. Now occasionally gets hit and gets twisted round, but it counts over 150,000 people a week.
Wow.
So,
and that's got the system built inside it.
It does indeed.
And that's the one that comes from France.
It is indeed.
Very good.
Well, we've come to the end of another show. Don't forget, for more information you can find us on our Facebook page. But until next time, from me, Karina Charles, it's goodbye and safe driving.